The Chinese media are now calling this a scandal. Milk powder from New Zealand's largest dairy, Fonterra, was found to have traces of dicyandiamide, or DCD. China Beat had the story earlier this week that the New Zealand government assured the amounts were not lethal and were not in any exports to China. The DCD discovery was last September, but yesterday, the China General Administration of Quality Supervision, Inspection and Quarantine announced it is now investigating tainted milk imported from New Zealand. It's the first that the Chinese government has intervened in this issue since dairy products from leading New Zealand dairy company Fonterra Cooperative Group were found to contain toxic dicyandiamide in minute levels, which has been confirmed by the New Zealand government this January. According to the International Program on Chemical Safety, DCD does not have an emergency response procedure. It can be treated by a couple of glasses of water if ingested. Toxicity is raised by other treatments of DCD. It decomposes on heating and will produce toxic gases, including ammonia, when it decomposes. It reacts violently with strong oxidants such as ammonium nitrate, and this generates fire and an explosion hazard. The reaction with acid produces toxic gases, including hydrogen cyanide. Though Carl Worker, the New Zealand ambassador to China, has promised that dairy products from New Zealand are the safest among all dairy products exported to China from foreign countries. The tainted milk powder issue is believed to further influence Chinese dairy markets, as dairy products from New Zealand or related to New Zealand will suffer from crisis of confidence for the foreseeable future. Even though the discovery of traces of DCD was made last September, the news since last Friday has the purchases from New Zealand dropped to zero. Data from Taobao reveals that transaction count of New Zealand milk powder from overseas purchasing agents decreased to just 2 on January 25th and fell to 0 on January 27th. The story of finding DCD in Fonterra milk powder has escalated to a tainted milk scandal that Chinese consumers are extremely sensitive to, with recent stories of tainted and contaminated milk from Chinese dairies. This will cause New Zealand dairy products to lose market share in the Chinese market. Also, Chinese dairy brands using New Zealand milk or having factories in New Zealand will suffer consequences as well.